Fluent.
Put it on my resume.
Yep. Dude, the Kansas City's team is just all over the place.
Well, Kansas City's team is like against watching porn and just...
Danny Duffy has Chill Sergeant.
Chill Sergeant?
Yep. All right. Well, that's just a preview of what you guys are going to get. No one's watching this video, as we
should just make us go live and let us just do this.
Yeah, just us scrolling through various internet pages.
I mean, we are live.
Wait a minute, Sam Dyson. Psst. That's his name. Psst.
Hey, it's Tuesday, right?
Today is Tuesday. But when I do the show, I'm going to open it by saying Friday, August 17th.
Derek Holland's nickname is last name.
I saw that.
There are times where he's really funny and times where he's just like...
Yeah.
It's like you're the guy that gets the tell someone to get a tattoo over their ass that says exit only.
Zach Greinke. He went with Greinke.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I don't like fun. He really doesn't like fun.
AJ Pollock had Pollock lined up, and he went with Polo.
Well, I mean, it's pronounced Pollock, but okay.
No, I'm Zwoski. I can say it.
You very inflections.
Sabanero Soy.
Who's that?
Ronald
Osai.
Ronald Acuna Jr. Sabanero Soy.
Tone Ranger, Tony Watson.
Tone Ranger.
Oh God, Yonder Alonso, Mr. 305. Okay, Pitbull.
Yeah.
Well, John Jay is like, I think he's the same thing.
Craig Kimball is Dirty Craig. I just instantly think of thanks for the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys. Oh, and we're still live. So let me go ahead and get Audacity up.
Oh, yeah, let me hit record.
And now I'm recording things because the lines are squiggly. All right.
Screwed.
You guys ready?
Now we're screwed.
Why?
No, go ahead. We're fine. What they call Jason Kipnis dirtbag.
Let's just do a full hour of reading these
Brad Hand.
Hold on.
Protein shake. Did you guys know that?
No, hold on to that one, though. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday, August 17th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I'm your host, Matt Zwoski. They call me Zoe, and I hate dingers. With me, as always, Aldo Soto. What's up?
What's up, guys? Just looking at some nicknames here. We're recording on a Tuesday night, so I have no clue if the Cubs got swept by the Brewers. Yes. And if they did, that would suck. But even if they didn't or do, it's fine. I'm not panicking at all.
That is some A+ analysis. The Athletic is going to be calling you tomorrow.
Me and Shams.
The other voice you hear, Matt and Nuko. What's up, old man Nuke?
Hey.
Oh.
We just lost you. We just lost you.
You went completely blank. I couldn't hear a word you said.
Super choppy.
Yeah, I couldn't hear a word you said.
I took a shower.
All right, there you go. Nuke took a shower.
All right, Nuke took a shower. It was weird because your mouth would move, and then it was like watching a bad whatever.
On my screen, it just went black. Nuke just
DP.
Great start.
He's frozen for me.
Hey, he just froze again.
He's frozen doing weird things to his microphone.
Nuke, you there, bud?
Oh, I'm back now.
Oh,
Message. What happened?
You were frozen for both of us. How many things you got open right now?
Just a few. More than one and less than 200.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording and start over.
That was a solid.
We can cut. and paid.
No, I don't want to create that kind of work for you.
That was live. Well, all right, so we bagging this one.
Yep, bag that one.
All right. Well,
Yeah, just
Take two.
Just select it and delete it.
If you're watching this live, it's a little behind the scenes magic for you. Unfortunately,
take two.
despite Nuke's immaculate jawline, we're not perfect every time. So sometimes we got to take two.
All right, protein shake. Let's go.
All right. All right. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, August 17th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I am your host, Matt Sawaski, but my friends call me Zoe, and I hit dingers. With me, as always, Aldo Soto. What's up, Aldo?
What's up, guys? So, do you guys see the new front runner for NL MVP? David Bodie.
That is not confirmed. And on the other side of the country, Matt Anuko. What's going on, Nuke?
What's up?
So
that's all I got.
Electric.
Just so everybody knows, we are recording on Tuesday night, a little bit earlier in the week. I got to head up to Wisconsin for a wedding, so I'll be drinking. By the time this comes out, I will probably be drunk on Spotted Cow and eating a lot of cheese products. And so we can't really talk about what happened on Wednesday and Thursday, because if we knew that.
Oh, let's just pick something. Let's pick something that happened.
We should make predictions.
Yep, definitely.
Serious predictions.
And then you all have to own up to them. But on this show, we have a great episode. We have an interview. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody, if you have watched Chicago sports in the last decade or two, you know who this man is. David Kaplan, the Cap at the Capman on Twitter. I'm going to do this once. He's the host of Sports Talk Chicago, Cubs pre- and post-game host on NBC Sports Chicago. He hosts Cap and Company on ESPN 1000. Catch that every day, 9 to noon, Monday through Friday. NBC Sports Network Hoops, and he's also a father and husband to an amazing family. Cap, you do too much because I actually lose my breath just doing your intro. But we're very happy to have him on the show. Like I said, he's all over the place with Chicago sports media. He's been a friend to us for quite some time now, so he's always welcome here. So David Kaplan's going to be on later on in this episode. So what we are going to cover is we're going to do Javi Baez is in a little bit of a slump. Nothing too serious, just a little slump. And then we're going to talk. Nuke was begging us to talk about this. I had to hold him off. I was like, Nuke, you got to calm down. You got to calm down, Nuke.
Got me fired up.
He's all fired up. We're going to talk about walk-offs, golden homers, and backflips. We're talking about all that.
Don't disrespect the game.
Yep. He's already getting started, folks. And then
I can't wait for Twitter to react.
After we do the walk-off and bat flips, we're going to get into our interview with David Kaplan. Then we're going to come back, and it's Players Weekend in Major League Baseball. So we're going to go through
disrespecting the game.
Who we think has the best uniforms and the best nicknames. And then for shits and gigs, we'll make some Wednesday and Thursday predictions that you can all laugh at us when we're wrong. So all that being said, full show. This week, we're going to be drinking some Spotted Cow, so let's tap this keg. All right, so we have to talk about this because on this show, damn it, we own up to mistakes. And we talked about Javi Baez being, MVP. I still think he is, but he's in a little bit of a slump in his last 20 plate appearances. And again, this is Tuesday, you stat Nazis. And his last 20 plate appearances, he is 0 for 18 with a walk, a sac fly, and 5 strikeouts.
Are you sure about that?
That was as of why? Did he get a hit later on?
Right.
Today he was 1 for 4 with a double.
Oh, so he got a double in there. So
he's 1 for 22.
He's 1 for 22. No, I'd rather Aldo correct me than.
Let's get the stats right, guys.
We admit our
mistakes. How hard is it to get the stats up?
We get our stats correct.
It's fine though. Okay, he's in a what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game slump. It's all right. We I mean,
That
we had a Zach Collins on last week, and he had like what 2 home runs
in
right
one
next to him.
inning.
In the ninth inning.
There you go.
A grand slam and a home run in the ninth inning.
And if you listen to the interview, he said exactly that.
No, he didn't.
That's my job to do, to hit
He said
homers in the
he's
ninth.
ready for anything. If I have to homer in the ninth, I'll homer in the ninth. And then he did.
Yeah, you made it sound like he said, I'm going to hit a grand slam and a home run in the ninth inning. What's up?
I mean, it's close enough.
So we're trying to get ratings here. Come on.
I know, but
Come on, protein shake.
it alludes to the fact,
Don't be a DP.
Cubs fan, if you are serious about Javi Baez winning the MVP, you should all tweet at him that he should come on this show.
That's right. And then he'll hit a grand slam and then a ninth inning home run.
Yeah.
I think we should try.
It's science. Anyone that's actively playing that's come on the show has hit a grand slam and a home run in the ninth inning.
And after Jason Benetti came on, he had a great call. So there you go.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
Have we not delivered on every person we said we'd get?
We talked about Adam Engel. He robbed another home run right after.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Pinwheels and Ivy, and you do things that haven't happened in 60 years. Pretty simple math equation.
You said David Bodie's name last week. It's a golden home run or ultimate home run, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and then disrespects the game.
We'll get to that in a minute. So back to the point at hand here. Javi Baez, although, are you worried?
I'm not. I'm more worried about how when he doesn't hit, the Cubs offense doesn't just seems to die too.
Yeah, they got spanked up pretty good.
They've since they had a pretty good series win against Washington, but I mean that Sunday game they completely pulled that out of their ass.
Mm-hmm.
They came back. They were getting no hit through like almost 7 innings or 6 innings on Friday against the Nationals. They came back in that one, but that offense hasn't been. I mean, it's so weird. They have the best record in the National League, but somebody pointed out they've been getting blown out way too many times lately.
Yeah, and it was a rough outing for Jose Quintana on Tuesday. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. A 1.38 WHIP. So
I'm kind of worried. He's been bad. He had a stretch of. He wasn't going deep in games, but nobody for the Cubs was. But he had a stretch of 13 starts, I think, where his ERA was below 3. He was fine. But these last 3 or 4 starts, they've been brutal. He's been giving up too many home runs. Just,
yeah, not the time of year you want to.
And it's him. And the problem is it's him and it's John Lester. John Lester's been the worst pitcher in baseball since the All-Star break.
Oh, but you got Cole Hamels, so you're good.
Cole Hamels is going to be the game 1 starter if the Cubs is to make the postseason.
But that's why you went out and got him, right?
But I don't think anyone
just in case. No, right. Except we did on this show.
That's right.
We did.
Yeah,
remember we brought up the point about the Rangers and that ballpark being look at Zoe pumping.
Yep.
Yeah. Now but that's why you got him too. It was now you have options. If Lester, which he won't stay in the tank, but
right.
If Darvish doesn't come back, you've got 3 or 4 bona fide game 1 starters that you can throw in there. Whoever's hot.
Mm-hmm. So I know we started talking about Baez, but I think this is a more important thing because I don't think anyone's worried about it. It's 5 games. It's fine. But and I know I'm saying I still think the Cubs they're fine. Mm-hmm. They're still 2 games up even after their shitty ass loss on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But if you break down their playoff roster, and we'll talk about this later too with David Bodie and his emergence, the wild card right now is basically, and with Quintana struggling, it's if Darvish comes back by September and he has a good, clean, healthy month and he shows that he's ready, he'll be on the playoff roster. But at that point, with all your bench players and all the relievers, and if Brandon Morrow comes back, there's going to be an odd man out. And if Jose Quintana keeps struggling, it could be Jose Quintana not even being on the playoff roster.
Shit, I didn't even realize. As of Tuesday night, Milwaukee's only 2 games back from the Cubs in the Central.
Oh yeah, it's been
Where's Kato Kalin right now? Is he
Right, I don't
ever
see.
Is he back on Twitter
when the Brewers win? I think he's like, I don't know. He's a masochist.
Yes, I was gonna say, what's the opposite of a fair weather fan?
A cutter. I think. I don't think there's a way that they leave Quintana off.
But like, no, that's the thing. They're like, it would either be. I mean, they're not going to leave off John Lester.
Yeah, no, but they'll ditch somebody in the bullpen.
Yeah, I think the only other name would be the guy they just traded for with the Nationals, Brandon Kinsler.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be like some like big guy that's going to be left off. I mean, it could be Yu Darvish if he comes back and he's not good, but
and he may not have the. Yeah, I mean, he's a wild card. I think Quintana. There's no way you don't, just based on the experience that he has. Not necessarily postseason because he has none really, but his body of work and his maturity and what he's done over the years, I think he's able to give you that gem every now and then. And if it happens in the playoffs, I mean, you're not going to ditch him and keep
like a reliever, like just
exactly
or something. Yeah,
because you can throw Quintana in there, in a pinch. And, you still got his starter stuff too.
There's still, let's see,
like when you
pull
7
weeks left.
When you pull Hendricks in the fourth.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's been. When he gets hit, like, and it's not just Quintana, it's like Kyle Hendricks has had his struggles in the first inning. All these pitchers, like the first inning, they like second pitch, home run, Cubs are down.
I think that's a trend in baseball. Actually.
Is it guys just being more aggressive, just jumping on the ball?
I don't know. It's a strange. To me, it's a statistical anomaly. It's one of those things where it's like I don't know why you can't figure it out. You can point to pitchers just not being ready to come in on that first inning. That happens a lot, but it's just extraordinary like how bad first innings have been around the league, or at least the ones I've heard of. Giolito, who's been bad anyway, but his first innings are like his first inning ERA is almost 10.
Yeah.
And then a slew of other pitchers have troublesome first or second innings. But
quick recap. Baez, he's fine. Quintana, a little worried. Cole Hamels, the savior.
Stud.
Okay.
Hollywood.
Way to put a bow on that.
Where's the transition? What are we into next?
Oh, we're buddy. Time.
Let's go, protein shake.
Yep. Let's go.
El Ministro.
The boat.
Oh.
No, I want Nuke's taken.
Hold on. Let me set the table here.
Talk about it.
Then you can just stare out the window because Sunday Night Baseball, ESPN,
lawn.
Nothing else on TV. So tons of people are watching. Big game, Cubs Nationals. Rumor has it that Bryce Harper was apartment shopping. That's a rumor.
He had dinner with Chris Bryant Friday night.
Every time he's in Chicago.
It's 3-0 Nationals.
Phillies.
Bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. Bases loaded.
Was it 3-0?
It was 3-0. That's why this is the golden home run. Let me get to it, dude. You're fucking me up. So, a young David Bote. They call him the Boat. Strolls up to the plate. He's got 2 strikes on him. What's a kid to do? And then, boom. Pitch right at the knees. Left center. Just
left center. Dead center.
He pulled a big out. Hit a dinger.
Yep. Hit a dinger.
Hit a dong.
Cubs win. And so I didn't even know this because it doesn't happen ever. That's referred to as a golden home run. When you truly walk it off when you're down 3 runs in the ninth and hit a grand slam.
Win by 1.
It's just win by 1. It's not a grand slam. It's just anytime you win by 1.
No, I think you're right. Grand slam.
Yeah, it's a grand slam.
Like
so
the absolute biggest possible outcome you could have.
I mean, this is what when you're a little kid and you're playing in the backyard, like this is
Bottom
the situation.
9, 2
yeah,
out, 1 on.
Yeah,
full count.
The last time it happened was
Rowan Gardner
1936,
takes
I think.
the long look at second.
Wait, did you say 1936?
Yeah.
Holy shnikes.
And I think that one was with like nobody outs, and this was with 2 outs. So this one was even better.
So the kid gets a little excited about hitting this golden home run that hasn't happened since 26.
Wasn't even excited.
Does a little bit of a bat flip. Actually, it was a gorgeous bat flip. I'm not beating around the bush. It was beautiful.
No, like that's the thing. It wasn't like a Joey Bats. Like,
no, he didn't.
At 100 feet. It was just so subtle, so sweet.
He didn't pimp it at all. He just flipped the wrist.
Was it graceful?
Did the helicopter run around the bases? Airplane run. He wasn't helicopter. Helicopter was
just getting around.
Airplane running around the bases. Rounds third. Heads home with his whole team waiting for him at home plate. That's a fantastic picture, by the way. Someone took it from the left field line where you can see him rounding third base and see his teammates like waiting for him. Comes home. They do the whole jumping up thing. They rip his jersey off him like he's Superman. Cubs win. It was awesome. And like I said, the whole world was on. There was nothing on TV. There was nothing on TV. And
violation.
Even Theo, he said, he's just like, that was probably one of my favorite regular season games ever.
Did you see that he said he got like more text from that than the World Series?
Yeah. He's like, there must have not have been anything on TV, which it wasn't. And he said, he's like, yeah, I got more texts than I did after a lot of our playoff games.
There's somebody on a Cubs Twitter who he always puts up like big radio calls from Pat and Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that his SoundCloud of the Bodie walk-off got more listens than the World Series call for the Cubs.
Jesus.
It's crazy. Everybody just loves David Bodie.
That's awesome.
Rarely does everything line up that way. Like
right. It's a golden home run.
I mean, maximum value in the most highest leverage pressure situation.
And he was a pinch hitter. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Nuke. Get it out of your Go ahead. Why are you upset? Go ahead. Just get it out.
I don't think Nuke was that upset about this one.
No,
Can I shock the world on this one?
Yes.
Can I shock the world?
Yes, please do.
He should have done a more ridiculous bat flip than he did.
There he is. There it is.
He should have.
We don't have you all the way on the dark side.
But that is literally, you cannot do it better. And you walk it off. And it was actually pretty cool because rarely, I mean, watching the replay off the bat, I didn't think that he had it, but he was certain he did because he literally followed through and he just like flicked his wrist and dropped the bat.
He knew it. He got it all.
And pointed at the dugout. What I was like more charged up about was he was like literally like beating his chest around the bases, and when he was coming home from third, like losing it. I didn't think that he would touch home plate. I was like, you better touch home plate, bud. You better get there. But no, that was 100%. Should have done it. Should have done more. Could have had the license to do more if he wanted to. He could have literally thrown that bat into the stands, and they would have had nothing to complain about.
No,
it was so stupid that he went on the radio the next day and he felt bad about it. He's like, yeah, I didn't mean to disrespect anyone. It's like
I feel like that. And I quote tweeted that and I just said, own that shit. But I feel like that just speaks to him as a person. Like he felt the need the next day to be like, my bad. But most of Chicago, most of baseball fans right away were like, dude, no. I mean, for shit's sake, you even got Nuke saying you should have pimped it more. It's like, dude, no, like this is the most perfect moment. The only way this could get even bigger if it was in the playoffs or the World Series. But even then, like, this is like,
literally a kid's dream. Like, this is what you dream about.
No, the emotions of that moment are allowed to take over in that scenario.
And he's 25 years old.
The one thing that I could see him not apologizing for, but just kind of like smoothing it over, because if you do like nobody likes to like hear barking and grunting and yelling when you're walking off the field. You just got beat by a golden home run. Mm-hmm. And not that he shouldn't have done it. He had total right to. But, I mean, it stings to lose, and it stings to have it rubbed in your face that way. Not that that's what he was trying to do.
No.
But I think it was fair. Not that he should have apologized, because I don't think he should have. But if they ask him, like that question, like what, do you think you did anything wrong or anything like that? He'd be like, no, you know what? I didn't mean any disrespect by it, but, that's an emotional moment. and that's the way I expressed it.
So, new segment, Clown of the Week. Who was
Darren Pritchett?
You see, that's why we're so good on this show. We didn't even plan this pre-show.
I already know.
I just said Clown of the Week, and Aldo had that thing. I put it on a tee. Aldo just right out.
Darren Pritchett, who happens to be the radio play-by-play announcer for the South Bend Cubs. Mm-hmm. I think they're the full A affiliate for the Cubs. He just quote tweeted a screenshot of the bat flip, and he says, My son never does this. I drag him off the field by his ear. And I wrote about it, and somebody's like, oh, he wasn't being serious. And I was like, oh no. You can search whatever his Twitter handle is and search a bat flip. And he is very anti bat flip. He's your and by the way, spoiler alert, he's a Cardinals fan, so shocker that he's so anti bat flip. He's your classic old school. There's a tweet, I'll try to find it right now, where he said, where he's like, I'm completely fine if a player does a bat flip, but that he also knows that he should get a shot in the ribs or something like that.
Put it in his ear hole.
That's garbage.
Come on, dude. What are you talking about?
So, although I know in your interview with Cap, you're going to talk about this because Cap was
he's like, are you serious?
Are you serious? Like, dude, this guy makes you look like a member of the Migos, Nuke. Like, that's how old and out of touch this guy is. So,
how old is he? 27?
No, he's
like in his 40s, maybe 50s.
Yeah, but he went on, like, everybody that was replying to his tweet, he was like quote tweeting and answering like to everyone, like, that's fine. Okay, you can like it, but my kid will never do that.
His biggest thing is like he was completely fine with the airplane wings around the base. He's like, I love the emotion. He's like, just get rid of the flip. One question is, and I guess Nuke, because this one you're fine, but like in other situations you're like, that bad flip was like uncalled for or whatever. So like my question is, like, why is a bad flip like so disrespectful?
Well, because you're showing up the other team, and there's we've talked about this. I'm okay with bat flipping a little bit. Mm-hmm. Even as a player, like in your downtime, sitting around the field swinging a bat, you're like practicing your home run. What you would do if you hit a home run. How you would get rid of the bat. But really what it comes down to for me is an understanding of the situation. If you bat flip an absolute dong in the 4th inning to go up 6 on like a solo shot,
you're kind of a dick.
You're a dick. Yeah.
Okay, what if a pitcher has like a strikeout in the 3rd inning and he walks off the mound like barking, fist pumping? Is that the equivalent?
Well,
because I always try to find like the equivalent of like what a pitcher can do.
In both those scenarios, I would sit there and go, that guy's kind of a dick.
Like that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. No, but it depends. Like, was it a high leverage situation, bases loaded, where a reliever came in, after the guy in front of him walked the bases loaded, and he had to get one out in the 3rd inning? It's less offensive, I think. See, here's the weird part with baseball. I think there's few things that pitchers can do that drive hitters.
They get the free pass. They get to hit a batter and be like, yeah, deserved it.
It takes a lot. If a guy starts throwing at guys, you start to get upset. If a guy doesn't have control, you start to get upset. If he's buzzing people and you start to think that he's buzzing people on purpose for something you don't understand, then you as a hitter are kind of like, talking to your pitcher like, hey, you got to buzz some people. You got to protect us, which, to be honest with you, like, I don't know. I never felt like my pitcher could protect me at the plate by hitting someone. Although it was more the act of saying, I got your back. Yeah. I'm going to hit one of your guys. Not that it was going to protect me from getting drilled in the ribs, because if that pitcher wants to hit me, he's going to hit me, So, but that philosophy does exist. So to me, any of these scenarios, any of those unwritten rule kind of things where it's like governed in a certain way, it's got to be an understanding of the situation, and it's got to be a big time play. Bodie, like I said, dude should have bat flipped. He should have chucked that bat into the stands, or even just held it as he ran around the stand.
Like the guy from a Major League when he hits the home run.
Yeah, Serrano. Yeah, he should have just done it. That would have been hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's like this Darren Pritchett. I don't get why this, like, and especially in that situation, and why that flip was so disrespectful.
And it really wasn't. I mean, like Mike Calfranco did one, I think a few weeks earlier, where
you were heated.
He screwed it up though.
He hit his face.
He himself in the lid.
Yeah, Darren Pritchett, like, get over yourself.
Yeah, clown of the week. But
and for the record, I loved Joey Bat's bat flip in the playoffs. That was a big spot, and the standing there and then chucking it one-handed after looking at the pitcher. I liked it.
You know how much
it made me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable to watch, but because I was like, oh my God, somebody's gonna get drilled. There's gonna be a brawl. But it was like
it was perfect. That was who cared? Who like at that time? Who cares about the Toronto Blue Jays and Texas Rangers? Yet that happens. That's everywhere. You don't even have to be a baseball fan. You saw that play.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he absolutely drilled that pitch.
Let's stay on the boat.
The boat has relevance.
What happens when Chris Bryant comes back, Aldo?
Yes, that's a big thing. Everyone's like freaking out. Like, oh, what's David Bowie gonna like? Where's he gonna go? He's fine. He's gonna stay on the team. They'll send whoever. I mean, Chris Bryant's like maybe not gonna come back until September 1st. And if that happens, like the rosters are gonna expand anyway. So it's not like
I'm saying, what's your starting lineup look like?
And then playing wise, it's fine. I wrote about it on Tuesday. How hopefully when the Cubs get in the playoffs, I was thinking back to 2016 when Jason Hayward just like sucked offensively. And he was still getting playing time during the entire regular season. But once it got to October, Joe Maddon's like, you're not a lock to be in right field anymore because we need to have the best players out there. And you're not one of those guys right now. This season, right now, Addison Russell had like a pretty good like April and May, and he had a decent June. But since July, he's absolutely sucked. So you can easily put Javier Baez at shortstop, move David Bodie to a second base, and you're fine. Like I predicted that. Like I mean, again, if the Cubs get to the playoffs, David Bodie is gonna like become not start every day, but he'll like in the NLDS he'll get like at least 2 starts.
Can he play second?
I wrote about this a month ago. He's the next Ben Zobrist. He's played every single position except for catcher and like pitcher, obviously.
Is he going to come out to a terrible rendition of a song that has his name in it, sung by his wife?
No, he comes out to a David Bowie song.
Okay, much better. Bowie. All right, outstanding. All right.
No, and that's the other thing. Joe Maddon, after that walk-off on Sunday night, like I don't know how it came up, but he's like, yeah, like next year I'm probably going to think about, giving him some run in the outfield. So, watch your ass, Albert Elmore Jr., because he's been trash since July 1st.
Well, that begs the question now. Do you think either Addy or Almora are on the proverbial trade block?
Oh, I mean, I think those guys have been if they signed one of the big free agents, either Machado or Harper, like somebody, one of like Happ, Almora, Russell, one of those guys is getting traded. Maybe short. I don't think short. I just think they have too much of a attachment of that pick. But like Addison Russell, Ian Happ, one of those guys.
Well, what do you do?
Almora,
what do you think about this? Do you throw Addison Russell on waivers?
Nah. I mean, who are you gonna get right now?
No, I don't know. But if you see another need and you,
I don't think they'll do that right now, only because they're still hoping. Obviously, you don't want Addison Russell to keep sucking.
Of course,
the next. It's like just hopefully get something from him. You saw what he could do in the playoffs in 2016 when he went crazy in the NLCS.
Because he might clear waivers in that division, and then you never know what another team might offer up.
Yeah, but I think if the Cubs wanted to do something, they would have pulled the trade already.
Right, but what I'm saying is like Bodie wasn't what he is now all July, was he?
He
was all right, but
I think the other thing is you still don't know when Chris Bryant's coming back.
Right, so. Exactly. Yeah.
So that just.
But I mean, like, so yeah, I was only saying that if everything works out perfectly, where he does come back soon and he's everything he's supposed to be. Yeah, no.
I think you still want as many, because I think right now, I don't think the possibility of getting a guy for Addison Russell is high.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't get very much value out of him for what he's worth. Yeah. Really.
Like, I don't see like another Verlander type trade happening like these next 2 weeks. But yeah, hope.
What if you did though? What if you could? What if you could throw Addison Russell up there and then
if you get Jacob DeGrom?
Well, no. Well, maybe not a starter. What if you get a serious arm, a serious bullpen arm?
They need
a starter. Dude, rewind and listen to the start of the show.
John Lester has been garbage for the last 5 starts. Jose Quintana has had.
Somebody got tuned up.
Call up John Lackey.
Okay, like right now. Okay, here's the confidence level that Cubs fans have in their starters right now. Like in terms of like where would they start in a playoff series? It would be Kyle Hendricks, Cole Hamels would be the number 2 starter, and then like Mike Montgomery. Like that's the confidence level right now.
Well, everybody just got to pump the brakes a little bit.
I mean,
they're gonna be all right.
I hope. We keep saying that. they get on a nice streak and then they lose games. They've been in the same like 2 to 3 game lead for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's take a little time out. Let's go to our interview with David Kaplan. Follow him on Twitter @thecapman. I'm not doing your whole intro again, Cap, because you're everywhere and I need an oxygen tank. Just turn on your TV and you'll see Kaplan, or turn on ESPN 1000 between 9 and noon Monday to Friday, and you can hear him talk baseball. Very happy to have him here. It's an honor. Pleasure's all on this side of the microphone, Cap. So without further ado, David Kaplan. Podcast magic. And that was David Kaplan. Thank you again, Cap, for coming on the show. Anytime you want, bud, we'll shoot the shit. Come on down, David Kaplan. Let's get into our next segment. As of recording this show, Eloy and Kopech are still not up, and that's Talking Eloy and Kopech. And
you just record that. We can just I'll just play that exact same line until the middle of April of next year.
Does anyone really believe in bringing them up now, saying we'll just extend them? So why does it matter? Do you believe that, Zoe?
Team is last in the league in payroll. They got money to burn, dude. They're not going to sign Bryce Harper. So
exactly. So if they have money to burn, they'll be more than happy to pay him and still have that extra year of control.
Because by 2026, apparently, Eloy is still going to be in the minors.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. That was awesome. Dude, he just keeps. Do you see the opposite field home run he hit on Monday?
Yeah, he flicked the hands.
He's pretty good.
Oh my god,
strong. That was not a laser show. And all right, I put out this tweet last week. Vlad Jr. is 19.
Dude, he's
batting
baseballs.
over 4 bills.
He demolishes baseballs.
He demolishes baseballs. And he's 19 in AAA. And he's batting over 400. He's still not in the show.
Someone put up a slow motion video of his swing in the cage before their game versus Charlotte's night. And it like gave me goosebumps. I was just like, oh my God.
He's good, man.
He's going to be something special.
When do you guys, because I mean, this is a new thing where there's younger guys who are actually good at a young age and that teams actually consider bringing up. But who's like the first guy that you remember like where this was a topic of discussion of like, should they bring him up? Should they wait for that extra year?
For the extra year of control and stuff?
Yeah. Do you remember? Because
mine was Chris Bryant.
Right. I was going to say, when I started. I only remember like Chris Bryant. And then after that, it's kind of just.
Yeah. Chris Bryant, as soon as you put out that scenario, the first name that pops in my head is Chris Bryant.
Well, because there has to be someone before, though, right?
It was 8 days, though. Yeah. No. And you know what? Well, what was that? 2015?
Yeah, that was 2015.
that was that the first year of that year's collective bargaining agreement, because they may have renegotiated what service time is. That's not, I mean, I don't know that. I didn't do the research on that.
Do you guys remember when Puig came up? Because they actually did bring him up, like because they were actually in a playoff race. But I think that was like 2012.
But yeah, right. But Puig was Rookie of the Year too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like they actually brought him up early. They brought him up like in June.
Right, but they were in a playoff race, right?
Yeah.
Like you said.
So like that's the biggest thing. I mean, okay, we get your. I mean, I get your frustration, White Sox fans.
Right.
There's
but
literally
no
point.
And there's always the Cuban players are different too, because they come older.
Yeah, Puig made his debut June 3rd, 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was, I mean, he's still young actually, but he was older.
That's true. He was a little older.
I don't know. I mean, I get it.
Those Cuban players are different.
I get the whole extra year of control. It's just someone who's watched probably 90-something% of the White Sox games this year. It would just be nice to like be excited.
Yeah. Dude, are you not excited seeing Adam Engel rob home runs?
No, because I mean, I literally look at his slash line every time he robs a home run.
But isn't there a bit of intrigue though in like just seeing what the hell are these band of misfits gonna do today?
I watch because of Palka.
Well, right. And Pito,
I mean, there you go. And, if Eloy was up, you wouldn't have Daniel Palka.
There's plenty of narrative to watch for me. For me, it's like, is Moncada going to figure it out today and not strike out 4 times looking? You know, is Tim Anderson going to show some flash of quality stuff? Is Yolmer Sanchez is just Mr. Consistent?
Mm-hmm.
The pitchers, every time they go out, except for James Shields, you know, you're just kind of like, are they going to figure it out? Is Rodon going to keep rolling? So to me, the entertainment value, I totally get what you're saying, Zoe.
That's what I'm speaking on.
But to me, I'm like, we suck this year anyway. What's the point?
Right.
And you know what? I was on the Sean Sierra show. You know, I think it was earlier or it was late last week, and he asked me like, but what about development and not being challenged in AAA? And I'm like, that's like a misunderstanding. Yeah, it looks like he's not challenged. Everybody gets hot. Everybody stays hot for a little while. Vlad Jr.'s on that staying hot for a while now too. And the longer this goes on, the more the question does become, is he challenged? But he is. He's challenged a little bit. There is a difference between AA and AAA, but there's always the biggest jump from AAA to the major leagues. Yoan Moncada did outstanding in AAA for 3/4 of or over half a season. He comes up to the major leagues. Dude just can't figure it out. Sometimes. So, but if you think about this, and I always do this, I would rather see him in the beginning of next year after 8 days, in AAA in the beginning of April, and then bring him up and let him go, and just let him go for that full year. It doesn't count as a full year, and he can stay there and take his lumps rather than seeing him, and then there's promise next year. There's like, all right, April, everybody's got a shot. I know. I know. But I don't think any of us expected them to be this bad this year.
Not this bad.
I mean,
not this bad.
Not this bad.
So,
I mean, have they even won 45 games yet?
They're at 43. They got 43 on Tuesday.
They won 43
So
games.
Talk to me like I'm 5. If they call Eloy up in September for when the September call-ups, does that do anything?
It just takes away his service time for next year.
You have to wait until the
whatever time he spends up this year. Yeah.
No matter what.
I mean, listen. I've been saying this since the beginning of February. Eloy is not going to be in the major leagues this year. He's making me a little uncomfortable because I think he might. Because I think in September they might actually call him up, and if they don't call Kopech up in September, only if he didn't, if he doesn't reach his innings limit, which I'm putting at around 160. Kopech needs to get his feet wet.
But when do they have to do that? When do they have to make the decision of who gets called up? for like the rosters expanding?
Jeez, I don't know. I assume
is there
September
a set
1st.
date? Oh, okay. So I was thinking
it just expands to 40 man, right?
Right.
Yeah, but like what if they don't? What if they don't do it like September 1st? Like, what if they wait until right before Cubs versus White Sox?
I think that would be bad. That would be a bit. One of the worst things they could do is the AAA. They're not in the playoffs. I don't think they're even in the hunt.
Yeah, especially with Carson Fulmer giving up hits.
Oh God, don't even start that. if he is, you don't want there to be a gap in between when AAA ends and when you're going to say, hey, we'll bring up Eloy for the last 10 days. You don't want that 2-week period because likely he's going to play winter ball anyway.
Right.
He's played pretty close to a full season. He had a little, some time on the DL, and he's going to need some rest. He's definitely going to need some rest. So, I mean, the only thing I worry about a little bit is does he get frustrated?
I think they understand. I think it's a business.
Right, exactly. And he has
the same
to
thing
know.
with Kopech. They can be as mad as they want, but I'm pretty sure they know why it's happening.
Exactly. And you know what? There's not enough money, like the way the minor league contracts are set up and incentivized for little bonuses here and there. And those guys, I don't know how much Eloy got paid on his signing bonus, but Kopech was a first rounder. And he got his money. I mean, he might make a few extra, shekels by going up to the big leagues. And if you're there for a certain period of time, certain amount of days, you get a certain bonus and little things like that. That doesn't matter to him. But I think you're right. I mean, if they're smart, they're going to say, I did everything I was supposed to. I know how this works for next year, and I know I'm pretty much ready. The one thing that I would be worried about if I'm a player is I did all that work in AAA and now I'm going to go to spring training and I got to prove myself again. And what if I, it just gets a little bit like, well, shit, what if the wheels come off a little bit, Are they going to hold me down and make me prove it all over again?
All right.
But
that segment went way farther than it needed to be.
He just made Zoe sad.
Yes, I did. I just sucked all the optimism out of that balloon.
Basically what happened. So
there's no helium left.
Let's talk jerseys.
All right.
Names. So
all right, bro shake.
This weekend is players weekend where they do the weird color scheme jerseys, and players, they have to pick it in spring training, get to put their nickname on their jersey. I say that because Mr. Palka told the story of why he selected his, which is DP. His initials.
It's short for.
Did not think of various meanings for that. And
what do you mean double play? We're talking about baseball.
That's right, double play.
Everybody Google it.
Oh man, Daniel Palka, come on! You don't want to be known as the DP for grinding into double plays.
Yeah, Google it on your work computer. So just going through some of
the odds that anyone listening doesn't know what DP means.
Oh God.
Okay, let's move on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Zoe's got 1,000 pictures up right now.
I got my filters.
You got filters.
There's, I mean, how does that even work? Anyways, interesting ones to me. Jose Abreu. You would think he would go with Pete, though. He went with Aldo. Anyone? How do you pronounce that?
Let me get to it. Mal tiempo.
I know what it means.
Oh, mal tiempo.
Mal tiempo, which means bad weather.
Or bad time.
He's a bad man.
Is that what he's going for? I don't know.
I have no clue. I thought he was going to go with Alfonte.
In this article, they have the player, the nickname, and the reason. And some variation of last name, first initial. Thanks. It doesn't have a reason for it, but I like it.
You could be Derek Holland and just use last name.
All right. So aside from Abreu, who has the best one for the White Sox?
Oh goodness.
Okay, James Shields. Why is James Shields Juego G? Game G?
Because he's
big game. Why didn't he just do the full
Big
thing?
Game James.
Big Game James.
Grande
I have a feeling that
there's no G in his name.
In my heart of hearts, I feel like Yolmer did that.
What?
You know what they should have done? The White Sox should have just said, ask Yolmer for everybody's nickname.
Yes.
They should have done that. Nicky Delmonico, pup. Physically unable to perform. That fits.
Damn. Nuke's been with these one-liners 2 weeks in a row.
And the fact that he picked that in spring training, a little foreshadowing.
Like you knew it was coming.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
The Cubs, the Cubs have a couple good ones.
Wait, can you explain? No. Time out. I need an explanation on Yolmer Sanchez.
And I think that's where he's from.
Piñonal? Is that the way it's said?
Because it's basically Piñonada. So it's just from the guy from Piñonada. I don't know.
Guy from. Okay. Word.
Let's look it up.
No, I tried. I went looking it up, and that's why I've been coming. My internet's been bouncing in and out because apparently I can't look stuff up while talking. But yeah, I think it's just a place.
Can I give my worst White Sox one? And the guy is still on the DL. Jones.
Oh, hey, come on! It's after his charity work.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it says in the museum, in reference to his charitable work, those that help with it.
Yep.
And
so
call me an asshole.
Nuke, you're on 2 minute. You're a dickhead timeout.
Put me in the box.
Yep, you're in a box. You're in the box.
What about Diego Vieira?
I don't know what that means. Nags. What?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm going with Jose. Jose
from that one.
Wait, pronounce Jose Abreu's for me one more time so I say it right.
Mal tiempo.
Mal tiempo is the best one on the team.
Danny Farquhar's is good. D Fark.
Yeah, I like Adam Engels is good. Man of Steel. It's just
it works with the home run robbing as of late, but his should just say slash line.
It just that his batting average 220. So.
Fucking jerk. Going to the north side of town.
I like Steve Cishek has an interesting one. Apparently, he used to be a gas station attendant because his nickname is Speed Pass.
That's fantastic.
That's
a good nickname.
Carl Edwards Jr. He is String Bean Slinger because he's really skinny and he throws fast. Throws hard.
I feel like that could be. You could put him next to Palka. And it kind of works.
Tommy LaSella has the best one, or he has the best reason.
Best reason.
Yeah, Tommy LaSella. He's just LaStella, and his reason is he forgot to submit the form on time.
Which works for him because Lord knows he probably went missing.
Thomas does. I don't think he has like any social media at all.
Who?
Tommy LaStella.
Really?
I do.
He doesn't care what you think, Zoe.
Oh, he cares. I like Wilson Contreras, Willie the Beast.
Gave himself that nickname. Love it.
It's like George Costanza when he called himself Pork Chop.
Of course, Javier Baez, El Mago. We knew that from last year.
Or no, he called himself T-Bone. Seinfeld nerds, relax. It's not Pork Chop. It's T-Bone. It's T-Bone. It's T-Bone. All right.
Bony.
John Lester's is pretty lame.
I mean, last year he didn't even pick one. Last year, like him and Lackey were just their last names. John Lester's left-hander.
Sweet.
It should be like bad right now.
I mean, even Kyle Hendricks.
Hendo.
I
mean, I think we talked about this earlier. The Cubs and White Sox, they're pretty boring.
They are. So
Cole Hamels, Hollywood. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, hands down the best team group of names, the Athletics.
I gotta go. I haven't looked at Oakland yet.
Give us some, Nuke.
Oh, I'll give them to you in just a minute. But I wanted to look up.
Not creepy at all.
Sean.
Manaya?
No, what's the reliever from the Nationals who used to play for the A's?
Oh, Kinsler. No.
Sean Doolittle.
Doolittle, yeah.
Doc Doolittle. Oh, God. He's usually pretty clever. There are some good ones. Jason Hamels is Hammer.
Because that was kind of bad. You don't want that if you're a pitcher because he got hammered.
Oh, right. There was I don't know how many Jose Ramirez's there are in the league, but there's one Jose Ramirez somewhere, and his nickname is Rammer.
Rammer. For the Indians? Jose Ramirez of the Indians?
No, I don't think so. It was somebody else.
So Masahiro Tanaka has Tanaka time. The reason is just variation of last name, but I think of the wrestler Tatanka.
Tatanka?
Yes, I know he's Tanaka, but Tatanka, dude, used to be a beast in the WWE back in the day.
Josh Fegley. Okay. Here's a couple for the A's. Josh Fegley is PTBNL, which obviously means player to be named leader. So that one's pretty good.
PTBNL.
I totally got that right away and did not have to think about it.
Yeah, right. Here's a good one. Sean Manilator.
The Manilator, that one. Matt Joyce.
Triggs.
Matt Joyce taking a Billy Williams, sweet swinging.
Lou Trevino, sweet Lou. I told you I'd call you Wednesday.
Did you say Andrew Triggs already?
Yes, trigonometry.
That's catch.
Gerald Cotton is squeaky. That one's good.
Smo Money, Jake Smolinski.
Nicky Dubs.
By the way, anyone who's from Miami just put 305 in front of them.
Yeah.
Former Cubs player John Jay. He's J or 305J, and somebody else was like Mr. 305.
Hunter Pence being under
Charlie Morton.
Phenomenal.
Charlie Morton for the Astros. Ground Chuck.
All right, so
like steak.
Which ones? Give me your two favorite uniform, hat, jersey combo.
I'm gonna go Rammer and DP.
No, not nicknames. Hat, jersey combo.
Oh, we talked. Okay.
Side note: my favorite nickname is Ender or Inciarte for the. Who is he for the Braves?
Yeah.
Ender Game or Game Ender. I screwed that up.
We're going to go, let's see, best hat jersey combo. I like San Diego.
I looked at those again, and you know what? I don't really like them anymore.
Really?
I looked at it.
Trade you.
I thought they had like some of the brown, but it's just that navy blue.
So go.
Spoiler alert. Zoe loves.
Nope. Say it. Nope. Say it, Zoe. Say who you actually love.
The Tigers.
Nope.
No, he loved the Twins.
The Twins. He likes them all. He likes the Orioles too.
Nope. I was gonna go with the Twins and the Brewers.
Oh, the Brewers, yeah.
Oh, that's right, the Brewers. I like the
Brewers
Tigers.
Are pretty sweet.
I like the Tigers and that. I like just like that script font that they have.
I thought we all kind of agreed that we wished the Pirates would have done better. Like they would have done the ringed.
So I like the Tigers. Oh, I also like the Rockies. I don't know. There's something about that purple and black combo. I like that combo.
It's a winning combo.
Some of the worst ones. I mean, the Cubs are boring. The Cubs, Royals, Dodgers, some other team. They all look the same.
I have a story about the Rockies. I mean, it's not really a story.
The yo-yo one.
Yo-yo?
I was all pumped to buy a yo-yo one, and then they come out with gray.
Can't you get a black?
No, I don't want gray.
No, black. Don't they have like different color ones?
No, I think it's just that one color for the one weekend.
Oh. Well, that's dumb.
I don't want that shit.
I love that you're wearing your headphones like Dr. Dre right now. Your Beats.
What was your story about the Rockies?
Right. Oh, well, every time I think about the Rockies, I think about their spring training facility. And when we went over to play them, the Blue Angels are like, they're like that stunt, like Air Force group. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They have like blue like F-18s, and they ride in these like strange, formations and do all kinds of tricks. They are literally like we're right on top of the their airfield was like right on top of the Rockies facility, and like they would just buzz the light towers. Like it felt like they were like literally like right on top of you, like just zigzagging all over the sky. That was my story. We can move on now.
I didn't.
One last uniform thing. I have a confession. I like the Marlins ones.
The Marlins?
The popsicle color. Like
fuck out of here.
Aldo 305.
There you go.
Aldo 305. I love it.
Pitbull.
Just so wacky. I don't know.
It's so wacky.
It's so wacky.
It's just wacky.
It's refreshing and cool. It's so Miami. It's like that sculpture out in left center field.
They took it down. It's Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter put in the trash.
The metronome dolphin.
Derek Jeter gave it to a girl because he couldn't find a gift bag. He's like, just take that statue.
And the Yankees uniform is boring. As always.
As always.
Sucks.
Tradition, bro.
All right.
Fuck out of here.
Do we have anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. And this sleep-deprived Tuesday can't be messing with us old guys' sleep cycles like this. So thank you all for listening. Although, real quick, did Homeboy email us about the bet?
He has not.
Okay.
So if you want to pick another winner right now?
No. So I gotta find everything.
We'll just do it like every week, the end of the season.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We have another contest coming up. Snag the Jim Tomey bobblehead from Jim Toby Day.
That's
so
Hall of Famer Jim Tomey.
Yes, so we'll be giving that away. Yeah. So for Matt and Nuko, Aldo Soto, I'm Matt Swaski. And this is the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Pinwheels and Ivy and leave a 5-star review. And that's it. Be good to each other, Chicago. See you next week.
I can't believe he didn't do it yet.
I think he cut out.
Seriously? Oh, I don't see him.
Yeah, it's just black for me.
That was a little
choppy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think I figured out why I was choppy.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that my wife's work software was like...
Oh, there he is.
I accidentally signed out of Gmail.
Jeez.
My wife's work software was actually still open, and I think that's why mine got choppy. So, although you might have some work to do here.
No, that's fine. We got a couple days.
That's
all right,
true.
we can just do the outro right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not right now because I'm
exporting.
Yeah, I'm exporting the file.
Okay. Let me pause, man. What are you going to Wisconsin for?
My wife's little brother's getting married.
Oh.
My brother just got engaged like a month ago, and he lives on an island just off Seattle called Libby Island. The fucker's trying to get married in October.
Oh God!
I'm like,
October what year?
This year, like in 2 months.
Oh, go! Well, who cares? The White Sox aren't going to make the playoffs.
He wants to watch the Phillies.
I thought you were talking about next year. I was like, bro, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about next year either.
You don't know that.
By the way, I was over at my buddy's house.
And we're still live.
Oh, we are?
Are we?
Oh, okay. I hope Drew doesn't watch this. No.